The bad news is Claire hasn't been feeling very well. The good news is it's finally fall weather. And that means what?
Red beans!
Red beans and rice is a Louisiana classic that's been simmering for generations. But most folks think you've got to make a mountain of it all at once. But today, we're changing that. And we're showing you how to make a small pot with all the same smoky, cozy flavor and just enough for two. So here is just a handful of ingredients that we're going to use to make this. We're going to do about 8 ounces of smoked sausage plus 4 ounces of tasso. We're going to need 1 whole onion, a bell pepper, a celery rib, and a jalapeno, all chopped up and ready to go. We just need about 8 ounces of dried beans. We're going to add a bit of our confit garlic. We're definitely going to be using some of our all-purpose seasoning, and you need 2 quarts of chicken stock.
I'm never not completely delighted and surprised when you make a perfect pot of red beans and it's just for 2.
Yeah.
Most people, it's like a pound of beans.
Cook 2 pounds of beans, and then you're eating beans every night for a week. And I'm like, bean burgers, bean sandwich, bean gumbo. Like,
add more stock.
I want beans tonight, and that's it. I don't want beans for a week. This is it. This is all you need. It's going to taste just like a giant pot of red beans, but it's not a giant pot of red beans.
Somehow makes it more delicious.
Yeah,
knowing that it's like finite.
It's special. It's one night. Let's do it. My first step is to start rendering the fat out of all this meat. I like to start with a cold pan. I feel like starting cold, it has a tendency to draw more fat out. Because when you start hot, it seals it up.
Oh, agreed. Yeah.
So if you start with it cold and just kind of let it heat up, you're going to get more fat extraction. I just made that word up.
No.
Fat extraction.
Extraction?
Yes. All right, so we're about 10 minutes in right here, and it's looking pretty good. I don't want to go crazy because I don't want to dry it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you want some of the fat, but you don't want to render it so much that then your sausage and all that is dried out. So after about 10 minutes and it's looking like this, we'll go ahead and add our vegetables in. Go ahead and grab this all-purpose seasoning real quick. Throw a little bit on there. We're going to keep layering this in as we go, so we don't want to overdo it. Give it a good stir. All right, that is perfect. We're going to go down to medium and low on the heat, and we're going to cover it and set a timer for
20 minutes.
The magic number. Now, at the end of that 20 minutes, you're going to be looking really good. But trust me, do yourself a favor and go another 20. Because as these veggies look great, they're not limp-limp yet. And we're going for limp-limp. Not just limp, limp-limp. So this is a good heat. This is what we want. This is looking great. Go ahead and get that cover back on and set another timer for another 20 minutes. Okay, so now after an additional 20 minutes, now we're talking. You smelling this?
It smells amazing.
It smells amazing. It looks amazing. We got a little bit of caramelization going on. During those 20 minutes, you want to continue to check the temperature and you want to continue to move it around as needed. I kind of blew it on this. Not so bad though. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to let that slide. No harm, no foul. That looks great. And you see how the vegetables now are kind of limp?
Yes.
And totally translucent? That's what we're looking for. All right, so this is the perfect moment to add our confit garlic. Just a few cloves. And we can kind of mash that up and get it spread around. Coo! Another level of smell. Are you smelling this?
Yes, immediately.
Okay, dry beans. 8 ounces of dry red beans. Straight in the pot.
Straight in the pot.
It's controversial. I don't care. Get them good and coated.
I also, myself, do not soak, but I do cover with fresh water and boil hard dry beans for 1 hour. Strain off that liquid and proceed forward with cooking. In my mind, it gives a creamier result.
I'll give you the creamy. My argument is that you can achieve that creaminess the same if you put enough liquid in your pot in the first place. But what I feel like is missing when honestly, I don't know what's missing. But like when you soak and pour off water, or when you boil and pour off water, there's something missing from the final bean flavor that to me is important to the final dish. I don't know what it is. I'm not a scientist. I'm not.
I guess we could do a deep dive.
We should. So we're gonna add 2 quarts of chicken stock. And I'm just gonna cover the top with this all-purpose seasoning. Now this is just a little bit of salt, black pepper, garlic, and cayenne. You know, if you made it here from the shorts feed, you already know all about it. But I'll link back to that short in the description down below if you're curious. And we're gonna add a couple of bay leaves, and we'll go ahead and get that up to a boil. Okay, we're at a boil now, and we're gonna go ahead and cover that. The bad news is that this has to simmer for about 2 whole hours. So would you say the only proper pairing for red beans and rice is with rice?
Yeah, you can't put anything but rice with red beans and rice.
Correct. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna double down on our crime against humanity and cook rice the way that we cook rice. We're gonna get a little saucepan on a high heat and throw in about a tablespoon of butter.
That's it. You're there.
All right. So right around this point, you're seeing some of these milk fats kind of dissolve and disappear, but you want to be careful at this point because you're in danger of browning or even burning that butter. So we're going to stop it with 3/4 cup of rice. Throw on a bit of salt. I'm going to do just a couple pinches, and a little bit of some fresh ground black peppercorns. Give it a good stir. We're gonna let that toast until each one of those little rice kernels turns into this more opaque white color as opposed to this more translucent color. And not only will you see the change, you'll also smell the change. And once you see everything turn sort of opaque like that, you're gonna add twice the amount of water as rice. It's gonna be a little crazy, so you gotta do it over the sink. That's some real good sound effects. We're gonna leave that on a super high heat, and we're gonna let that come to a boil. A boil just like this. And your next step is to let all of this water boil out until you can no longer see any bubbles. So keep an eye on it, and as these bubbles start to disappear, get a nice tight-fitting lid ready to go. Wait for it. Wait for it. Patience will be rewarded. Wait for it. You can see right there, a little bit of a bubble, a little bit of a bubble, a little bit of a bubble. Eventually, all of those bubbles will disappear. And when they do, cover it, reduce the heat to low, and set a timer for 17 minutes. Why 17 minutes? I don't know. But that's the perfect time. 15 minutes is too short. 20 minutes is too long. 17 minutes. Trust me. And when that 17 minutes is up, woo! Perfect rice. We have reached the 2-hour mark. We'll uncover. This looks amazing. Quick tip, we're gonna go ahead and smoosh some of these beans.
Yes.
On the side of the pot. And honestly, at this point, you can reduce a little more to get a creamier texture. But if you followed all the steps,
That looks amazing.
you should be good. You definitely want to take out the bay leaves.
Yeah. All done with this.
Rid of those. And what we've got here is a wonderful 2-serving pot of red beans.
The bean is creamy.
The bean is creamy.
It's creamy. It's not chalky. Creamy.
Yeah, terrific.
It's a creamy bean.
Tastes real good too.